Alright guys, so just got here to the gym, and the way it looks, I'm the only person here. So got to hit biceps pretty hard. Just doing biceps today. This morning when I was at that football tournament, out in the sun for about 4.5 hours, you guys can probably see it, I am crazy burnt. And man, the sun just zapped my energy. I went home, I fell asleep for like an hour. And I never take naps. I always feel like it's just a waste of my day, but I sat down, finished editing up that full Jurassic World review, and I just passed out. So about to get this bicep workout in now, and here we go. Alright guys, so done with the workout, and I should have left my windows open because it's hot in here, but I'm done with my workout. And when I was finishing up my workout, a guy came into the gym and we just started small talking a little bit, and I guess he's been going to this gym since before it was actually this gym, when it had its previous owners. And that's before I even started coming here, and I've been going to this gym for 7 years now. So we started talking a little bit, and he was telling me that before this gym got its new ownership, it was a powerlifting gym, entirely a powerlifting gym. They had like bowls of chalk, they had their bowls of chalk, they had like all their deadlift platforms and everything like that. But the new ownership, they had to tailor everything towards the people that are the majority of the people that are walking through the doors. And with this lake, or with this gym being on a lake, a majority of the people walking through the doors are Lakers. So you get your older population, people that I guess pre-boys that don't want to lift heavy and do all the powerlifting stuff. So I guess they ditched the whole powerlifting, bodybuilding idea or kind of theme throughout the gym, and they kind of commercialized it a little bit more. And I started thinking that I don't really see a lot of those powerlifting, bodybuilding type guys in the gym, which means they've gone somewhere else. And something that I want to do eventually someday is open my own gym. That'd be something I'd like to do once I graduate next year. And with those people being gone, there is a demographic, an entire group of people that are no longer being reached in this area. They have to go 30, 40 minutes away because there really is no gym that is tailored towards what they want to do. So it was kind of encouraging to see. Well, it was also kind of disappointing to see that this gym got away from its roots. But again, I mean, you have to do what's going to make you the most money. So I don't blame them for switching who they tailor their gym towards. But I definitely think there's a population here in this area for athletes, power lifters, bodybuilders, and that's my dream. That's something that I want to do here in this area and make a difference and make an impact on others and give them an outlet, a positive outlet for where they can go work out and build relationships and do different things like that. But yeah, so interesting talk with Dustin. That was the guy's name that I talked to, who's been going to that gym for a long time. So Dustin, if you watch this video, thanks for the little history lesson on that gym, and shout out to you for being an awesome dad, because he was lifting with his son. His son's probably 4 or 5 years old, and they're in there doing bicep curls. That was real cool to see. But about to head home now, get a post-workout meal, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright guys, so done at the gym. All I did was some cardio today, and I didn't hit the weights at all, and that's a little bit due to me being sunburned, as you guys can see, and also my body is just sore. So I auto-regulated a off day into my program, into my split, and I'm sure you guys know this, I've said it many times before, but my push-pull legs split has no off days in it. I take off days when my body is telling me I need one. So I don't necessarily program any off days throughout my week. I'll just take them when I feel like I need one. And I have not taken an off day in a while. So today was the day when I took one from the weights. I still went in and did cardio. Still trying to lean out as much as possible over the next 5 to 6 weeks before August 1st rolls around, because August 1st is the day when I 100% enter that surplus. I'll probably take a week or two and slowly transition into that bulk, because the last thing I want to do is be at 1,750 calories and instantly jump into 3,000 plus. So I will take a week, probably 2. Yeah, I'm leaning towards 2 weeks right now of that transition stage, because I want to work my way up to the 3,000 plus calorie mark, because I don't want to just instantly put on a bunch of body fat and start holding a ton of water. I believe in lean bulking. I definitely think it is possible. Once I get to that 3,000 plus, I'm sure my idea of lean bulking is probably going to change a little bit, because as of right now, I am hoping that summer of 2016, so next July, is going to be when I hopefully step on stage for the first time, and I want to put on some considerable muscle before that time. And if I'm going to do that, then I'm going to have to really hit this bulk hard. But that's just kind of my 12-month outlook at this point, because I definitely think it's important to kind of map out and plan out different things at least 1 year ahead, because time does really fly, especially if you are on the grind every single day. Time is going to eventually pass you by, and if you're not planning ahead, then you're missing out and you're going to be falling behind. So that's kind of my outlook on the next year. But heading to Walmart right now, actually at Walmart, all I gotta do is get through this stoplight, which this is the worst stoplight in the world. It takes forever, but about to head into Walmart, get some stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right guys, so out of Walmart, and one of the things I got was Kingsman: The Secret Service on Blu-ray. I absolutely loved this movie so much. It's right up there. I think it's 1, 2, or 3 in my top favorite movies of 2015. I know Jurassic World's at the top, but I'm not really sure. I'm kind of undecided on Mad Max and Kingsman. Mad Max was the better action movie, but Kingsman had the better story and might have been the better overall film. So I'm not really sure which one of those is my second favorite movie of the year, but I absolutely loved Kingsman: The Secret Service. And if Mad Max wouldn't have come out this year, Kingsman would be the best action movie of the year, hands down. And if Kingsman was a Bond film, it would be my favorite James Bond film. I like Kingsman more than any 007 film that's ever been released. I really was a huge fan of Casino Royale. I loved Skyfall. Not a big fan of Quantum of Solace, but Kingsman, in my opinion, was better than all of them. And I know that that might not be the popular opinion, but that's my opinion. I honestly really did love Kingsman that much, and I had low expectations going in. I don't know if that's why I loved it so much, but going in, I didn't have huge expectations for Kingsman, but I really did love it. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, definitely go rent it at a Redbox at least. I mean, it's worth the money on Blu-ray, but if you don't want to spend that money, go rent it at a Redbox, because this movie is worth watching for sure. But on my way home now, once I get home, my dad and I are going to watch Jurassic World in 3D, so it will be Jurassic World Round 2. Really excited to watch it for a second time, kind of look at it and inspect it a little bit more than I did the first time. The first time was just shock and awe, and it was a lot of just pure excitement, so now I'll be able to kind of settle down a little bit and watch it for the movie that it really is and give you guys a little bit more of a thorough review. It probably won't be very long, but I'll give you guys a little bit more of a thorough review after I watch it for the second time. But about to unload all these groceries when I get home and head to the movie theater, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Alright guys, so having myself my last meal of the day, an entire container of egg beaters with 2 servings of the Deli Fresh honey ham, and then 2 slices of cheese as well. Comes out to a little over 500 calories. And if you guys want volume while you're cutting, like I said in a previous video, this is the way to do it with egg beaters. But just got home, well, right before I made this meal, from seeing Jurassic World for the second time, so I figured I would give you guys a little bit more of a thorough review right now. I'll keep it pretty short and brief, but there will be spoilers here, so if you guys are not interested and you have not seen the movie, then skip ahead, because there will be spoilers right now. So a few of the problems I had with this movie are, number one, when they went and they started up that Jeep. I don't know a lot about cars, but that gasoline, I can imagine probably, I don't think that's really plausible in my opinion. I don't think they would have been able to start that Jeep and get it going. Another problem that I had, this was a really big one, was the militarization of these dinosaurs. I just think that's a really stupid idea, because when you release these raptors out on the battlefield, we saw in this movie they're not going to be able to distinguish who the enemy is, who they're supposed to be going out. They're gonna turn on whoever releases them. I mean, it's just that plain and simple. That's a dumb idea to militarize these dinosaurs. And what they did with Henry Wu's character, how he took those embryos and then left the island, I hope that's not the route that they're going for the next movie, because this movie's going to make a ton of money. They've already signed Chris Pratt to multiple Jurassic World sequels, so a sequel is going to happen, because Hollywood these days, that's just the way it works. And I hope they don't go the route of militarizing dinosaurs. Dumb idea. Another thing that I had a problem with was when the kids went out on that little, that sphere, the gyrosphere, whatever it was, and the park kind of like shut down for a little while. They told them to come back in. I realized that these kids are just out there driving this thing around. That is a terrible ride, because they have no control over. I mean, the people running the park, they have. My hair is crazy right now. It was raining and humid, but the people running this park are going to have no control whatsoever over this ride or attraction, obviously. So if somebody just kind of wants to cruise around for a couple hours, they can cruise around for a couple hours unless somebody physically goes out there and gets them. These things aren't on a track, and that's just dumb. So that was another thing that I had a problem with. The kids in the movie, the subplot where they talked about the parents' divorce, that was unnecessary. There really was not a point. That scene happened, and it was completely irrelevant to the entire story. You did not need to include that scene. It almost seemed like they just added that in so you would kind of care about these kids a little bit more, but we don't watch this movie to care about those kids. And kind of caring about characters, I guess to an extent it would have been nice to have more characters other than Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard that we kind of cared about. In the first movie, one of the strongest points of Jurassic Park was that you had Ian Malcolm, Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler. You cared about John Hammond even though his crazy idea of Jurassic Park kind of backfired. You still cared about him. All of these characters, you cared about the two kids, Tim and Lex. These characters in the first movie, you cared so much about them that it made the story that much deeper, and it made you that much more emotionally invested. In this movie, you don't really get that, in my opinion, which is kind of disappointing, but you do get a couple strong leads. You get Bryce Dallas Howard's character Claire, you get Chris Pratt's character Owen. You really do form a pretty good relationship with them throughout the movie, but bottom line is, you go to this movie for dinosaurs. The dinosaurs in this movie were awesome. In my opinion, they did their job. The CGI looked good. The raptors looked amazing. That chase scene when they were running through the forest and looking for the Indominus Rex, that was awesome. The Indominus Rex looked fantastic in this movie. The T-Rex, I wish they could have kind of gone the animatronic route like they did in the first movie, but if they would have done that, they wouldn't have been able to have the animatronic fight a CGI'd Indominus Rex. So I understand why they did it that way, but still very cool. The T-Rex looked awesome. That final fight scene was perfect. Absolutely perfect. For a second there, I thought Colin Trevorrow was going to screw over the fans again by killing the T-Rex, but Blue came in, saved the day, and then the Mosasaurus ate the stupid Indominus Rex. So I did not see that coming. Honestly, I've heard people say that, they saw that coming because they were right there on the aquatic edge, and they hadn't really utilized the Mosasaurus throughout the movie, but that was kind of surprising to me, and I didn't really see that coming. I guess he wants to be here for the review as well. But yeah, those are kind of my final thoughts on Jurassic World. I absolutely loved it. Coming from a super fan like me, I had a ton of fun with it. I mean, there are areas where you can nitpick, like I just said, but for the most part, a really, really fun movie. Definitely go see it. This movie is made to be seen in theaters. The spectacle of everything, the huge shots, the island, the dinosaurs, it's made to be seen on the big screen, and I've seen it now in 2D, I've seen it in 3D. I would love to see it in IMAX. However, the closest IMAX theater to me is about 45 minutes to an hour away, so it would be quite a drive, but it's not out of the question. One of these days, I might actually make that trip and see it in IMAX, because I'm only going to get one chance to see Jurassic World, and once it's out of theaters, it's out of theaters. So I might make that trip to go see it in IMAX. If I do, you guys will be there for it. But those are those are my final thoughts on Jurassic World. I absolutely loved it. About to eat this food now because my eggs are kind of getting cold. So I'll see you guys in the next clip.